10 segundos para o Tristan Hoath começar. Primeira pedra, 125 quilos. Segunda, 136. Tranquilo. 165 quilos. Agora de 181.
What are the keys to good stone lifting here?
So, stone lifting is, especially natural stone lifting like this, it's all about hand strength, back power, and just making sure you get everything right to get that pickup off the floor up to the lap as efficient as possible. We know once it's up to the lap, these guys will load these, but getting it from the floor to the lap as easily as possible, you save energy for then to try and this second phase of this where you've got to load it. Hand strength, so important. We're seeing that his hands are slipping. Needs to really clamp those fingers into the stone. Unlike an atlas stone when they've got tacky on the hands, you can spread your fingers. These stones, your fingers need to be clamped together, digging into the stone as hard as possible, trying to create some kind of connection there and not allow them to slip as you drive up.
Tristan was doing a decent job of using that barrel to kind of counterbalance him and give him something to sort of bounce that stone off of as he tried to keep it into his lap. But still expended a lot of energy on that initial effort.
Yeah, I mean, this is 400 pounds, 182.5 kilos, massive weight. We're almost used to seeing people lift these type of weights with atlas stones almost comfortably because the tacky makes such a big difference. But you take that away, much different challenge, isn't it?
It's definitely, you can see their forearms and their grip is just slipping. Without that tacky to stick you to the stone, it's definitely much harder.
And these stones are very rough. They're going to start cutting up the forearms.
Deu pra ele.
It gets painful.
Well, Tristan Hoath gets through the 365.
Vamos lá, Pavlo Kordiyaka agora, atleta da Ucrânia.
And you will see some athletes that tape their forearms, but other athletes like the feel of their skin against the stone. They just feel more comfortable like that.
They can give it a more personal goodbye as they're trying to lift that. Pavlo Kordiyaka.
A giant CrossFitter. He's in such fantastic shape. He is really a great athlete. Just cleaning that stone off, maybe.
I kind of like the unicorn socks. Look at those things.
Yeah, he's got some fancy socks going on there. That seems to be a thing now. Athletes are going for the socks.
And Kordiyaka is ready. 275, no problem. Now to
176. As primeiras estão sendo bem tranquilas dos atletas, né?
That's not a problem. Now to 365 pounds, 166 kilos. Making quick work of that.
So good through those first three. I'm surprised he didn't try and get straight on to the fourth. But obviously, he's thinking this 400 pounds needs a bit more respect. He needs to get that tacky towel.
This is where Tristan Hoath got stopped.
Vamos lá.
Let's take a look at this, because the first three were very easy.
181.
Nice job getting into his lap. And 400 good for Kordiyaka as he'll move now to 400. 20 pounds, 190 kilos.
190 quilos.
Really good lift there.
Já vai ter o primeiro atleta conseguindo.
Absolutely. Now, interestingly, this is only a 20-pound jump, so not a huge jump from the last few. Should be able to do this now.
Has it to the lap, has it up. Hit the buzzer, Pavlo.
Botão. Isso vai acontecer. Agora, Luke Stoltman. Fiquei muito surpreso dele não ter ido tão bem assim lá no log, né? Que é o ponto forte dele. O deadlift, os padrões dele foi bem, que é o ponto fraco. Vamos ver agora como vai ser as pedras. Ele costuma ir bem.
The Rogue Invitational is so much better here in Scotland than America because everyone in Scotland loves strength. I think it's safe to say he's happy to be on his home turf. Understandable.
And earlier today when he took the floor for the first time, Probably got the loudest ovation that we heard for any athlete here.
I've got to say the Scottish fans love Strongman as well. Thanks to Luke and his brother Tom, they've really brought the popularity, and fans love watching them.
And I have not been involved in this sport as long as you have, Laws, but one of the first things I noticed about Luke Stolman is what a great ambassador he is with the fans. Staying after competitions at the Arnold Classic, signing autographs, taking pictures.
76.
Yeah, Luke's from a time, back when we were competing in front of no one. So
Vamos lá.
to be in an arena like this, to have this many
165.
screaming fans cheering his name, wanting him to lift well, it means a lot to these athletes.
He's made quick work of the first 3 stones, and now he's on to 400. 181 kilos for the Highland Oak.
Come on, Luke, let's get this. Kristen, what are those towels doing?
Those towels are taking the dust off the stone, and they're helping him to stick just a little bit to those stones. So their hands, they saw that their hands are slipping. It kind of gives them just a little bit of grip.
Now Luke has it to the lap.
There we go. Now can he get this one
190.
under 120? That's the time to beat. Pavlo Kordiyaka, 120.57. He needs to move if he wants to beat that. He's got 10 seconds.
420 is all that stands between Luke Stolman and finishing this event.
I don't think he's going to beat Pavlo, but he'll be happy just to get the finish. Come on, Luke. So Pavlo's time is safe for now.
30 seconds remaining for Luke Stolman.
Inside 30 to go. Stolman doing everything he can to make
seconds.
sure that he's going to make this effort count.
420 pounds, massive, massive stone.
10 seconds.
Just can't seem to find the grip on it. And now running out of time. Luke Stolman's going to get through 4 of the 5
pedras só.
stones. Up to the
Agora
top.
Bob Thompson.
That should help Luke Stolman's cause. Came in 8th place overall. And now Bobby Thompson, the American Nightmare, getting set for his run. 4th place in the deadlift at 925, and a 7th in grip and press. 10.5 points.
As pedras já foram certo problema para ele. Mas eu já vi ele conseguindo, até tendo bons resultados, especialmente quando não é pedra de atlas.
We weren't allowed the tacky towel.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it gives you just that little bit.
I was actually better at natural stones than atlas stones because my hands were strong. But you see, like with Luke just then, it was more the hands that gave way rather than the back. He's such a good atlas stone lifter.
As primeiras estão sendo bem
Your
tranquilas.
hands go, your forearms go, and you just can't grip those things.
76,
Quickly through 275, now on to 300.
So Bobby's not renowned as a
165.
great stone lifter, so he's just focusing on one at a time here, making sure he gets a good connection off the floor.
Clearing all 5 stones.
That's good. Needs to load.
365 for
Right.
Todas. He's got to get it over the lip, and he does.
Go.
Seguiu.
Now on to 400 pounds, 181 kilos for Bobby Thompson.
181
1:20 to
quilos.
go.
Come on, Bobby. So just using that tacky towel, like you said earlier, it just kind of puts a little bit of stickiness onto the hands, just makes it a tiny bit easier. It's not like tacky that you see in atlas stones where they slather it on.
Right. You just need that finger, that one finger to just barely stick.
Yes.
I mean, that can be all the difference.
Can he get this to the lap? I think he's going to leave it there. This is good. He's trying to figure out a better way. So important as a strength athlete to use your head, figure things out, turn the stone, try a
Próximo
different
acho que
way.
vai ser até o
It's that
Tom Stolt,
adaptability
né?
we talked about, right? Just being able to adapt to whatever.
Very, very important.
Yeah. Just calling it.
And if it's too much, you have to go away and work harder.
Yep. The only way to get better is to what? Get stronger.
Absolutely.
Thompson continuing to battle with this 400-pound stone with now 10 seconds remaining. And
Não deu.
Here is a
O
tremendous
homem das
stone
pedras.
lifter. We talk about the wingspan,
O homem
the
mais
arm
forte do
length,
mundo.
the height. Everything is perfect for lifting stones.
You mentioned that wingspan is why he's
Zerraro
known as
ali,
the albatross.
ele é o vencedor do The World Strongest em 2024, não 2023. 2023 foi o
Might be able to
Mathew
actually
Ragg.
link his hands on some of these stones.
And we've seen Tom finish these stones before, so I'm expecting nothing different here. And a good run here could really put himself back in contention.
Será
He's
que
done well in
a
stone
gente
events
pode
at the Rogue
ver
Invitational.
perto de 30 segundos? Acho que é possível. Parece que essa pedra mais leve é só pra atrapalhar, né?
Tom Soltman tied with Hafthor Bjornson in points with 12, but Hafthor's got the tiebreak courtesy of that first place finish in event 1. Tom is only 1.5 points out of a spot inside the top
Fácil.
3.
Tão esperado. 136. Fácil.
Doesn't even put it up to his lap. Just lifts it
165.
off the floor and goes straight up onto the
Movimento
barrel.
só.
No problem for him.
365 looks easy
181.
now into 400.
Finally, he's forced to go to the lap, but still a very comfortable lift.
Let's go quick.
190,
And now,
última.
Plenty of time to beat Kordiyaka's time. 420 is good.
Perto dos 30 segundos que eu falei. Botão.
Reigns here at the Rogue Invitational.
Fantastic.
That was fantastic.
36. 1,57.
36.57 seconds. Give that man his crown now.
So good. Do you know what?
Próximo, Hafthor
He can go
Bjornson.
even faster as well. You can tell he was a little
Buzzer.
Agora, Hafthor
thought that could be an
Bjornson.
issue. And here's another man that can lift stones, the former king of the stones. He wants that crown back for himself.
Hafthor Bjornson, if you missed it earlier today on the deadlift event, there was, for a second, it looked like he might be going for the world record. And then said that he wanted to be smart, take the event win.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's still on the way back when it comes to the pressing. Maybe there's a little mental issue there. Obviously, when you're coming back from injury, it's always difficult.
Vamos lá.
But we've seen some tremendous performances on everything else. He'll want to win this event. Even as good as Tom Stoltman was, Thor will believe he can be better.
Tranquilo.
Hafthor probably could have thrown that thing into the front row as easily as he picked it up.
Duas foi.
300, no problem,
76.
now to 365.
Mesmo padrão do Tom.
400 and 420 are all that remains for
181.
Hafthor Bjornson.
Just like Tom, the first three didn't even go to lap. The fourth doesn't go to the lap.
Bora, Thor.
He's got time for this. If he doesn't make a mistake, we may have a new...
Caraca!
Out of here, Hafthor.
Movimento.
27.34.
27,34. Cara, a última foi movimento. Eu quero ver isso de novo. Caraca. Bateu o Tom Stoltman. Caraca,
Every stone
velho.
one motioned, almost 10 seconds faster than Tom
isso?
Stoltman. And we were super impressed with what Tom Stoltman
Foi
did. Look at
movimento
this.
mesmo?
Straight up, gets his hands in
Movimento, cara.
position. No problem.
Sem colocar na coxa e depois levantar.
I
Opa.
am in shock.
Caraca. Pois
And the most
é.
impressive thing, too, I
É
think, is
realmente
that
o
he
problema
just went right
é
to the
só as
buzzer.
pressões mesmo, que o resto ele tá de volta.
27.3.
Great athlete. We saw a fantastic lift in the
Vamos lá.
deadlift. Loves lifting things
Talento aí
from
no
the floor.
deadlift, né?
Third
Vamos
place,
ver
so make it fourth place
como é que ele é nas
overall.
pedras.
A half point behind Evan Singleton for third.
Atleta da Austrália. Vamos
See
lá.
how he does.
125. Um pouco mais lento que eu esperava nessa primeira.
We have just been
136.
spoiled by the last two performances. Mathew
Foi melhor
Ragg,
até.
more human, coming to the lap with each stone. But this is one of the strongest men on the
Big
planet. I can
Lost.
promise you this.
O Big Lost
Hafthor Bjornson and Tom Soltman make super
tá falando aí que é uma performance mais humana depois das duas últimas performances.
Come on.
Ragg is through 3.
Vamos lá. Se ele levantar essa aí, ele fica à frente já do Bob Thompson. 181 quilos. Do Tristan Hoath também.
Can Matt get this up to his lap? feel we've been spoiled, but just shows you how impressive those last 2 runs were. Because this is 400 pounds we're talking about. We're not talking about a little pebble. I know it was made to look that way.
Yeah, they made it look light, and it's not light.
Vamos ver.
45 seconds remain for Mathew Ragg. Got 2 stones remaining.
Ainda tem 40 segundos. Pouco menos de 40 segundos.
Come on, Matt Ragg. New Zealand's strongest man. 4th at World's Strongest Man this year. This is his first Invitational.
15 seconds to go. Not going to get it to
Vai dar,
budge.
não. Nossa, mas... Caraca.
Matthew Ragg is
As duas performances do Tombstone, e principalmente do Hafthor Bjornson depois. Caramba. Um negócio assim, absurdo. Porque eu não lembro dele levantando... Ele deve ter levantado, sim, essas pedras, mas pelo menos anos mais recentes, não.
3rd, the world's strongest man.
The last couple of years, he's really established himself as one of the best. He has won some fantastic contests. He's beaten Tom and Mitch Hooper before. He's a great athlete.
Vamos lá.
Here goes the T-Rex.
Fácil. Fácil. Tá indo bem. 165.
Looking good on the first 3.
Now
Indo bem.
365 for Singleton's out now on to
Se ele for até o
400
final.
pounds.
Singleton's not going to be worrying about Tom and Bjornsson,
71.
but he will have an eye on Pavlo Kordiyaka's time.
400 is up.
Boa.
Now he's got plenty of time for this, nearly 50 seconds to get this stone done and secure himself another great result.
And as you mentioned, the key for him right now, where he is in the overall standing, just find a way to finish this. And you should remain inside the top
Vai ser
3.
muito bom pra ele se ele conseguir levantar essa quinta pedra aí antes do tempo do Kordiyaka.
120 will be the target he wants to beat. He's got 25 seconds to do that. He needs to pick this stone up now. Get it up to the lap, first try, come on. Getting frustrated. Come on, Evan.
So far, only 3 men have gotten through all 5 stones.
Now it's more about just the personal challenge of lifting this final stone. Pavlo Kordiyaka's time has come and gone, but Evan is an athlete that wants to prove he's capable every time. He wants to beat the event. 420 pounds. Let's get it up to your lap.
There goes. Oh, he had it, then it slipped.
Acho que se ele conseguir colocar nas coxas,
Looked like he had the
acho que
strength
ele
to make it
consegue.
happen. Well, 15 seconds to go.
Get those hands under.
É. Pra te ver, né?
Singleton.
Really good time through 4 as well.
Até o momento, né, apenas 3 atletas conseguiram as 5 pedras, né? O Kordiyaka, o Tom Stoltman e o Hafthor. Mesmo não sendo pedras assim com peso, né? Tão pesadas para os padrões hoje do Strongman, que as pedras de Atlas, né? Tem atletas que conseguem levantar mais de 200 quilos, 220, pra te ver. Tanto que essas pedras, elas são bem mais dificultosas. Agora, Thomas Evans. Uma performance muito surpreendente no evento passado. Segundo colocado, né? Até o momento.
And Evans, Thomas Evans has really performed well in these first 2 events. First event was the deadlift, where he secured a personal best lift. Second event, he takes the win in what is a stacked lineup. He's going to, you know, that momentum can drive you forward to overperform on
um cara
events.
que
He's not
pouco se
renowned as
fala,
an
mas
amazing
é um
stone
atleta
lifter,
muito bom mesmo.
but what he's done so far will fire him up. And he's got the advantage of watching what other people have done.
Tipo, o estilo Troy Mitchell, que agora começaram a falar mais dele, por causa dos 470 Raw no Campeonato Mundial de Deadlift. Vamos ver.
Made his Rogue Invitational debut in 2023 when he took 7th overall. Here goes Tom Evans.
Foi. 136.
Now on to 300 pounds. Not a problem.
Tá até melhor do que a primeira.
Here's the first big jump up to 365 for Tom Evans.
What's going on there?
Opa. Opa.
Little pull on something. He's walking away. Is he coming back? No, I think he's done.
That's it.
Kind of look like his chest.
Yeah,
They
something
kind of like,
pulled.
like jump back on. Yeah.
Nothing serious, but as an athlete, you know straight away either it'll be cramp or a small pull somewhere.
Yeah.
And he knew straight away that, unfortunately for him, his attempt on those stones is over.
Não dá pra saber exatamente o que aconteceu com ele.
Yeah, his reaction you could definitely see.
Let's see if we can maybe make out what happened to him here.
Coitado, né?
He got through those first two stones.
Normally on something like this is your bicep, but I think Tristan's right. I think it was more in the chest.
Yeah, it kind of looked like
Hora do Mathew
more
Hooper.
of a pec situation.
With these stones, you're trying to squeeze.
O Mathew Hooper não precisa assim pensar no tempo do Hafthor, nem disso. Se ele realmente ficar na frente ali do Kordiyaka, assegurar a terceira colocação, ele já tem uma boa pontuação e acredito até que ele se mantenha no topo. Mas vamos ver o que ele vai fazer.
He'll want to beat Pavlo Kordiyaka's 120 for sure. Secure himself that top 3 position. Again, that consistency is what applies the pressure on the other athletes. It's going to be hard to beat the likes of Bjornsson and Stoltman, but he's a champion and he tries.
Well, the good news for Mitch Hooper is that coming into this event, he led both Tom Stoltman and Hafthor Bjornson by 6 points.
Yeah. He's where he needs to be and he knows what he needs to do. He'll want to finish all 5 without question. He'll be disappointed if he doesn't do that.
Here goes the Moose.
Foi bem.
Through 275 and now 300. 365, 166 kilos for Mitch Hooper. Up and onto the platform. Now to 400.
He's moving well through the first 3. This is where it gets harder. 400 pounds. Mitch Hooper, no problem, and he's going quick.
And now to 420 for Mitch Hooper.
If he doesn't make a mistake, he could beat Tom Stoltman here, which would be perfect.
Got it to
for
his
the
lap.
Canadian. And
Hooper's
he's
going
done
to do it. Makes
Bateu
the touch on the
Tom
buzzer.
Stoltman.
31
Segundo.
seconds